Demo trading. Is it something we should all do? Is it something we should all avoid? Let's discuss it in today's weekend review video. Hey gang, thank you once again for joining me for another Forex weekend review video. If this is your first time, my name is Akil Stokes. I am the Chief Currency Analyst over at TradingPower.com, as well as a head trading coach over there. Each week, I try to give you a free video that will give you some insights on trading and hopefully move you along on your trading journey. Now, this week, I want to talk about demo trading, and this was a topic that came up actually from the comments from last week's video. Now, if you haven't seen last week's video on the 4 stages of trading, what I want you to do is pause this video, go back and watch that one first, because some of what I'm going to tell you today is probably going to piggyback off of that information. So you're going to want to know it. But let's talk about demo trading. Is it a positive? Is it a negative? How do I feel on the subject is essentially what I was asked. And I do believe that demo trading is important. However, it does have its pros and its cons. So on the positive side of things, demo trading really allows you to get some reps in the market. It gives you a feel for what you're doing and a chance to grow that skill of technical analysis. Just imagine it like when you're learning for your driving test and you're in that empty parking lot and you're just driving straight, making slow left-hand turns, making slow right-hand turns, slowly training yourself on how to go through the process of what you hopefully want to do for real later on. Demo trading's that same way. There's a big difference, guys, between just looking at a chart and saying, hey, I would have sold here, I would have bought there, than actually executing the order. And being in a demo account allows you to get practice using your charting package, using technically live orders, not live money, but using live orders and simulating as best as you can how you would actually trade the markets. Now, the problem is, and those are all the positives, the problem is that many traders assume that just because they can demo trade well, that they can go right into live trading. And live trading is a whole nother world. I remember I always take you guys through my story. And when I was in my first level of trading, the first stage, my unconscious incompetent stage, that's when I was a great demo trader. I used to call myself a demo account king. I couldn't lose. Everything I touched won. Fire a trade off here, winner, boom, grow some money. Fire a trade there, boom, winner, grow your account. And I was having massive success. And what I would do is, I would let that get to my ego a little bit. I would say, hey, why am I supposed to spend 6 months on a demo when I'm making this much money and I can do it live? And I would jump to a live account and learn the hard way over and over again that it's a whole different ball game. And it took me a few times of doing it. Each time I would have an excuse. It would, the strategy must have stopped working. So let's go back to demo trading with a new strategy, add some more indicators to the chart and, start over again. And I would be a demo account king once again, go to live trading and blow an account. It was the broker's fault. When there's live money, the brokers are, they're hunting my stops, right? A lot of traders will use that excuse because brokers really care about where my personal stop is at. And it wasn't until really I invested in my education and worked on the psychological side that I noticed the biggest difference between demo trading and live trading is trading psychology, and really the allowing in those emotions. Anyone can do anything perfectly when there's nothing on the line, right? But as soon as you put real money on the line, that trade you took in a demo account that you let run all the way to target 1 and target 2s, well, now as soon as you're halfway there, your heart starts pumping. You start seeing the money going into your account, even though it's not yours yet. You start seeing that money go into your account and you're like, oh man, I got to take it out. Oh, I'm up $200, up $300. Oh man. And you end up making a mistake. Same thing with a stop loss. When you see that trade go against you, while in a demo account, you're like, stops are there. They're in a safe place. We'll let it get hit and we'll see what happens. When that's live money, there's a little bit more pain that goes along with seeing yourself in the red. I'll tell you, it's not a fun thing to, go over to your chart, look at a trade, and you see those big red numbers. It makes you want to, again, either quit the trade early or maybe move those stops back and say, I'll give the market a little bit more room. So it's those flood of emotions that really make the difference between demo trading and live trading. So I think a trader should do both while they're in that unconscious incompetence stage. When they go to that conscious incompetence stage, it's okay to demo trade during those stages. But when you really want to make that jump to live trading and really starting to grow your business as a trader, you've got to get on a live account. I always recommend to the traders I work with, start small. Feel what it feels like to lose money and earn money, but have it be such a small amount that it doesn't really affect you too much. Yes, in the future, the more you trade, the bigger your position size gets, the more pain it's going to be. But if you're slowly building up to that, it's going to be a lot easier than just jumping in, trading a standard lot right away. So that's my opinion on it. I did want to ask the opinion of Charles. Now, I'm not sure how many of you guys know him. Charles Miles is, it's funny. I met Charles, probably about 3 years ago. We had a live event out in Kansas City, and, he was just getting into trading at that time, trying to learn. It was at the point where he decided to get serious about what he was doing. And I remember just having conversation after conversation after conversation. He was picking my mind about everything. And this was at the point where, maybe it was more than 3 years ago. Anyway, this was at the point where I had just become a consistently profitable trader and started teaching. And, Charles ended up investing in himself, investing in some education. He took a course. He stayed in contact. And now not only is he a full-time professional trader, he's also one of the trading coaches over at Trade Empowered as well. And he's the guy that goes through all of the trader assessments. So he deals with these type of topics on a regular basis. So instead of just getting my opinion, I want to give you the opinion of a second trader as well. And hopefully that can give you, two different opinions on the topic of demo trading. And is it something that you should be doing? Is it something that you should avoid? So let's see what Charles has to say about that. Yeah, just feel free to take it wherever you want, man.
Thanks for asking my opinion on the matter, and I do really appreciate it. I hope that when you show this to your followers here on YouTube, that this will help them out. So again, I do appreciate the opportunity. So here's what I'd say to that trader that asked that question, and to all of you guys who are watching Akil's video right now. Going in from just to demo trading or live trading and asking, which one should I do? I'm going to have to assume that you have tested your trade plan. You at least have it written down and you've tested it. And you've tested it with all the right numbers that you need in order to make sure that it's successful, and all the numbers that you'll need in order to keep disciplined during the process. Because we all know that drawdown's coming, right? So if we haven't done that, I'd say this trader shouldn't be considering either one of these options. However, let's assume that that they've tested their plan and it returns them a profit. So should they go into demo trading first, or should they jump right into live trading? Let me tell you a story about myself here, Akil. You probably know this, and I hope that it'll help some of you guys here that are watching as well. I was a trader just like you guys. I made probably all the mistakes that just about everybody makes. Not as bad as some and maybe worse than others, but, bad enough. The first time I lost money, it wasn't mine. I was following a educational signal service, really, that I shouldn't have been following like that. Well, nor was I proficient enough to do so. It was trading options in the stock market, which was very complicated, by the way, if you don't know. But it was really cool. Here nor there, I paper traded with that company and got about 10 grand in a paper account. I then proceeded to trade live money, went into a drawdown right after that, conveniently right after all the winners. Who'd have thought, right? Maybe I got involved at the wrong time. So I lost that money. It wasn't my money. Realized that I am now consciously incompetent. I now realize that I don't know what I'm doing. Before that, I was obviously unconscious incompetent, and I thought that I had it all figured out. I started making mistakes, guys, left and right. I had the testing done, right? But there were a bunch of other things that I didn't think would happen to me, because in testing, you're the man, right? You got it all, or the woman. You got it all down. You don't need any, there's no problems. I got a wrong order quantity. No problem. I'll just fix it in the spreadsheet. Well, guess what? In real life, you don't get to fix it in the spreadsheet. Wrong order quantities, getting me long or short too many. Wrong order quantities on a stop loss, adding to my position when I'm supposed to be out of a trade because I've got even the wrong order type. I'm supposed to be taking profits here. Instead, I'm doubling down on my position. Psychologically, I was a wreck. I was just a complete disaster. I could not do anything right to save my life. So after about 4 months of this, back and forth and awfulness, I just stopped trading. No more live trading for Charles. And I said, that's it. It's time for me to get truly educated. It's time for me to take the course at Trade Empowered with Akil, the 12-week transformation. It's time. I need to stop delaying because all I'm doing is having problems. I'm not accomplishing anything. I'm just wasting my time. I can always make more money, but I can't make more time. So I realized that it was time for me to do that. So I did. The reason I tell that story is because I just jumped right into live trading. I didn't demo trade. I didn't learn about all that stuff that could happen to me. And I wish that I had. Otherwise, I wouldn't be, I wouldn't have this story to tell either, but it would have been a lot better for me. But instead, I went right into live trading. I did not demo trade. I didn't learn about all those nuanced things that I might need to know. Not only that, I didn't test it for, I would say, at least 4 to 6 months, guys. That's how long you should probably demo trade. So that way that you can execute this plan over and over and over again, real time, in the markets, without the real money, making sure that you don't make those mistakes. And when you do make mistakes, you write them down, you fix them, you don't repeat them. And you just see if you can do this day after day, for months at a time. If you can do it for 4 to 6 months demo trading, it's probably safe to say that you can handle it live as well. So I tell that story to tell you guys, listen, there's no rush, right? So Akil, you're asking me this question, this person's asking, well, what should I do? Should I go into demo trading or live trading? What's the rush, man? What's the rush? You can put money in anytime you want, but you can't get it back. We are competing globally with retail traders, hedge funds, prop firms, banks. This is one of the most difficult industries to hack it in. And, not getting educated is really just gambling. In fact, it's downright foolish and just crazy. But I did it too, and it was really a mistake. Hey guys, so follow me on Twitter, Chaz23J, Periscope, Chaz23J, CHAZ23J, and on YouTube, Chaz23J. And make sure you head on over to Facebook and check out my Struggling Trader Facebook page. Give it a like. Check out the sign up button at the top, a free tip absolutely for you guys or anyone that wants to click on it. You're going to hear a little bit more about my story that I just told you today and a great tip to help you stop your losses immediately. It's not what you think. All right, Akil, appreciate it, man. Hey, have a great one. Hey, Akil's followers, thank you for taking the time out to listen to me. And Akil, I appreciate it for having me on.
That was good, man.
All right, man. Thanks. Take care.
So I hope you guys see that there's no real clear wrong or right answer when it comes to should I demo trade or should I go straight to live money. I have my opinion. Charles has his opinion. But at the end of the day, it's up to you. And what matters the most is how do you operate? We are all built differently. Some people need that real experience of having actual money at risk to really simulate trading. Others are extremely disciplined on the demo account and can actually take that same discipline and see not that big of a step back when they go to live money. But that is up to you. And as a trader, and this is one of the things I encourage all of the clients I work with in my training course, you got to know yourself, know your personality, and work your trading around your personality. If you try to take a different approach and try to force that square peg into the circle hole, it's not going to work, and you're going to end up, taking steps back in your training. So I hope that was informative, guys. Now, just the update on how we've been trading. We're almost at the end of our trading year. We've got maybe 3 good weeks left, if that. And really, the main thing that Jason and I are doing in the syndicate is we're starting to get defensive. We're up about 70% for the year, a little bit under that. Unless we do something incredibly dumb, we're not going to give all of that back. I hope not. We'd probably go down as the worst traders ever, but I'm sure people have done it before. And you guys saw the E-Trade article and the GoFundMe article. But really, it's in defensive mode. We're going to take the opportunities that come. We're going to stick to the plan, but we're not going to do anything fancy. We're not going to put ourselves in any situations that are overly risky. We're going to survive until the end of the year, and then once January 1 starts, we're going to wipe the slate clean, and we're going to start all over again. And, if you had a profitable year, guys, congrats, hats off to you. Tap yourself on the back, say good job, and then get re-energized for the new year. If you're a trader that, is looking at their P&L and maybe it wasn't how you expected it to be, well, you got to ask yourself two questions. You got to ask yourself, one, what did I do wrong? And two, what am I going to do to get better? So many traders try to figure it out themselves. So many traders are so prideful that they don't ask for help. The best way to learn is to find someone that has done it and really mimic them, follow them around, use them as a mentor to help guide you through that path. Don't make it a pride thing, guys. I spent so many years losing money in the market because I was too prideful to ask for help. I would just figure it out myself. If this didn't work, I would just work harder and figure it out myself. And, years and years and years and thousands and thousands of dollars later, I finally decided, Akil, if you're serious about it, you got to get help. And I found some help, and it was funny. The money that I blew a lot more money trying to figure it out by myself than what I spent on a training course. But, a year or so later, I more than made back what I spent on my education. And I started off in the stock market, so I look at everything as an investment. I can't tell you how many times I've doubled and tripled that initial investment in deciding to get educated. So I don't want to make this a pitch, but we're getting to the end of the year. It's something you guys need to think about. Either you're going to do something about it, get better, take some action, or really you need to stop wasting money and just quit. Find someone else to manage money for you, something like that. So anyway, let's get this thing out to you guys. We've got Thanksgiving coming up, so I'm getting ready to stuff my face with some deliciousness for the next few days. And well, I'll see you guys next week in the live room. Also, our London live room with Jason Greystone is kicking off on the Tuesday. What is Tuesday? December 1st, I think. December 1st, I think it is. Anyway, make sure you're on our email list. Go over to tradeempower.com, click the Learn to Trade tab, and make sure you sign up on our email list. That way you get notified for the free 1-week event. And for you guys that are on the other side of the pond, you can trade the London Open with Jason Greystone, who's a phenomenal trader, who's looking now to give back in the form of education. So until next time, gang, plan your trade your plan. Good luck in the markets this week. Good luck in the markets for the rest of the year. And I will see you next week with another trading video.
Order filled.
Hey, Darren, you got those numbers I asked you for earlier? What? Dude, oh, God! Oh!